What did you just say?
I said your dream stinks.
He said it again. Come here.
Hello, Lumineers. Welcome back to another episode of Limited Quackdown. This is episode number 12. I'm Joe, joining everyone from Florida, and joining us from New Orleans, it's my good friend Jimmy. Jimmy, how goes it this week?
It goes great. Not much Lorcana. Just played a little locals. Still testing out the green-purple retro.
Nice.
It went better this week than last. Went 2-1.
All right. I've seen that deck picking up some steam online.
Yeah, it has. I hadn't seen anyone talk about it for a long time, and I've been testing it for well over a month now since Vans.
Yeah.
And now people are talking about it. People posting about it, so it's kind of cat out of the bag.
It's the new hype.
Mm-hmm.
We got to figure out how to beat it now. You gotta
Yeah,
go
probably.
Next level on the meta. All right, yeah, not too much exciting for me in Lorcana this week. We did have the cube draft, which is actually very exciting, but we didn't play very much beyond that. We'll get into the cube draft in a little bit, but before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our team, Team Snuggly Duckling. They help us put this together and make all things in the pond possible. And our team sponsor, we have Mattified. We shout them out every week. They really do make the sweetest mats for trading card games. In addition to Lorcana, you can get mats made for Pokemon, for Star Wars, Flesh and Blood, One Piece. You can even send them your own mat, and they will foil it out in a custom design for you. Visit them over their main shops on Etsy under Mattified, Matified. Tell them that the Snuggly Duck sent you over, and please support our wonderful sponsor, Mattified. The week in Lorcana, I think we jumped ahead a little bit, but we had kind of not the most exciting weeks, but, getting to play one night is still getting better than getting to play no nights.
Yeah, true. You got the cube at least.
We did get to cube. We had a 6-stop. We've got a full cube dive coming as our main topic this evening. But before we do that, we have some packs to crack, and we have a giveaway. Like we had said last week, we're going to start giving away the packs we crack every week to somebody who comments down below the video. All you have to do is leave a comment, good, bad, indifferent, a suggestion, whatever it is you like. And Jimmy, I think we had 3 comments last week, so we've got a nice randomizer wheel. We're going to give the wheel a spin, and then whoever is the winner, please reach out to us, limitedquackdown@gmail.com. and provide us with your address, and we will send off those packs. So, Jimmy, give us a spin. Let's see who the winner is. Dun, 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 dun. Jacob Store, you are the winner of our 2 packs. Oh.
Woo!
Jacob, you are the winner of our 2 packs that we opened last week. So just give us a shout out at limitedquackdown@gmail.com, and Jimmy will get those packs on their way to you. We have another couple Attack of the Vine packs. This week it'll be my responsibility to get them off to their new home. And without further ado, let's open them up. And again, all you have to do is leave a comment, anything down below in our comments section, and we will send you the contents of these packs.
All right, we got Peter Pan, 4-drop Mickey Mouse, Isabel Madrigal, We'll Save Our Village, Rapunzel, 4-drop, Pain.
All right, what's your pick of the comments?
Rapunzel.
Easy Rapunzel.
Rapunzel's Tower, Red Alert, Hera.
All right, so just Red Alert, knock off Rapunzel. You gonna take that removal card? Is Rapunzel still in the lead?
Probably Rapunzel's still in the lead for me. I have not been liking the removal cards this set. It feels like taking that turn off to actually cast a removal card is too much tempo loss.
Sure. Especially when Rapunzel, you can turn another card into your hand into a little bit of tempo.
Yeah, Boo. Sully and Boo.
and
Scream Canister.
Scream Canister. This was not the best pack.
No, not very good. Yeah, if we're talking pick one, pack one, I'd probably take the Rapunzel. Maybe the Red Alert because it's uncommon and less likely to see another one. But even though I haven't been liking them very much.
Yeah, it seems like most of the things that you're going to want to take care of in this set have 4 strength or more. I think I would also be hard pressed to pass a removal card. Not one of the 2 damage cards. I think it's pretty easy to pass those along. I don't know. I think I'd probably be on Red Alert, like you said, just because it is an uncommon and you're more likely, I think, to see the Rapunzel. But Rapunzel may very well be the right pick out of that pack.
Yeah, I could see an argument for Hera too.
Okay.
If you just want to try to go deep.
Yeah, first pick Hera, and then just go.
Yeah,
all Floodborns over everything. All right, and here we go. We got pack number 2. We're gonna lead off.
We got Gaston.
You could take that Floodborn for your Hera synergy.
Yeah, and then Belle. And Woody, I've been liking this Woody a lot.
Woody's pretty nice. Get the character to exert.
Flynn Rider. Ellie. Or
Ellie. Ellie. There's an I in there.
Winnie the Pooh. Morph.
Morph is definitely the front runner.
Todd. Oh, Todd's a good one too. Doug.
The best boy.
Maleficent and Diablo.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
A
Malin
legendary.
Lee, the 6-drop Quest for 3 one.
Sing some songs, gain some lore, and
Foil Potato.
the shiny potato. I think we have a winner. No. So I think this pack we're looking at like probably Malin Diablo and Morph is like your two front runners here. I think an argument could be made for either. I like Malin Diablo because it draws cards. Nothing's better than drawing cards. I don't think you're really going to get to shift it for free.
No, I mean maybe in some sort of like long game, but usually by that time, if you can shift it for free, you can probably just play it.
Right, and I like it even a little better than the legendary Dash and Violet because it draws the card regardless if there's a card under it. Even if you just play it for 7 and then exert it the next turn, you're going to get your card back. Morph has just been so powerful in this set with all of the team-up shift cards.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
I think I'd still probably be on Malin Diablo. I'm always going to get got by draw card.
Yeah,
Morph is a 2-drop.
I'd probably take Morph.
Morph is probably the smarter pick.
Yeah,
Mal's the greedy pick.
I don't know. Mal and Diablo, that 5 toughness, it just dies to worse cards so easily. If you get one
That's
card
true.
off of it, like it can trips itself, but it's 7 to do that. So
you're right. Morph is probably the correct pick, the smart pick. Mal and Diablo is the greedy pick, and I think we're going to see into my draft a little bit. I tend to draft a little bit greedy. Always trying to get
keep that in mind.
the most out of the cards. But Morph, if we're ever fortunate enough to get a high level limited event, Morph would be the take, especially because you're gonna have so much opportunity to shift cards on it. But for my Friday night draft, I'm gonna go all greed. All right.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to win this awesome stack of cards, just drop us a comment below. Tell me why Malin Diablo is the wrong pick and why Morph is the right pick. And we'll get these cards on their way to you. So with our pack opening behind us, we're going to move into our main event of the evening, which is going to be a review of a cube draft. Last Saturday night, I was fortunate enough to have some friends over, and we had a 6-top. We sat down, we opened some packs of cube, and we're going to share those packs with you. We have every pick of the draft, pick by pick. We're going to see what I picked. We're going to hear Jimmy's take before we see what I picked, and then we'll get to compare notes. So we won't want too far.
No.
So keep in mind, these were 14 card packs, not 12 card packs, because we only had 6 players. So I made the packs a little bit deeper so that we'd get exposure to more of the cards in the cube. More likely to see shift lines. Let us stack the packs a little bit better with removal and card draw, just to make sure that everyone's decks were maximized for value. I mean, one deck had 3-drop Diablo, Dumbo, and Sad Beast in it. in the same
That's
deck.
pretty great.
Somebody got very lucky with their openings. It was the decks ended up being pretty loaded at the end of the draft. So without further ado, you sit down at the table, you open your first pack, and for pack one, pick one, you see this pack. Jimmy, what jumps off the page to you?
The card we talked about last week, Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Yes.
And the other one would also be Babyhead.
Yep. Cards that draw cards.
Yeah.
Falling into that category, also, you have David Xanatos, you have Tramp, you have Yzma. All of these cards draw cards. But Queen of Hearts, even as an uncommon, still one of the best cards in the cube. What would you end up selecting?
Yeah, I think I'd end up taking the Queen of Hearts.
And
over the Babyhead for inkability.
Yep. And if we pop over to the next slide, you can see I agreed with you. And that was my pack one, pick one. And these cards got shipped off to the left.
All right, pack two.
Pack two.
We have a few that jump out here. Dig a little deeper. Queen's Castle, Pete.
All good cards.
Maybe a Todd.
Yep. And even, we'll see it again, the thing in common with the first three cards you said, they all draw cards, either replacing themselves or getting you up a couple of cards in the process. Ended up... Oh, go ahead.
I said I'd probably stick with Pete and take the body.
Yep. That is where I ended up. I think flipping through the front of this pack, I was looking at Pete and Dig and ended up taking Pete. 1 for inkability, 2, you get cards on a body. You know, this is a card I'll often try and save for turn 6 so I can play it and put a card under it. So when the next turn starts, I can put another card under it and get a choice of 2. On to pack 3. We see the new inclusion, Buzz Lightyear, that just got added. What else do you see here?
We got Mulan to be able to shift and do some damage. Stitch, if you want to go that way. How Far I'll Go. King Candy for more card draw along with Tala and Develop.
Yep.
Yeah, this is this one could go a lot of different ways. I'd probably go How Far I'll Go just to ramp up a little bit because you're going to have a lot of powerful high cost cards in Cube.
Yep, I think I was flipping at the end here between How Far I'll Go and Grandma Tala. And I selected 3 for 3. Spoiler alert, the How Far I'll Go did not end up making my final deck.
Okay.
I ended up a little bit glutted on Inkables, as I tend to get a little greedy sometimes. And How Far I'll Go, I had enough card advantage at the end where it did end up being necessary. And I kind of wished in the end that pick had been Grandma Tala. But How Far I'll Go, seeing those two cards together makes me so sad because good old constructed days of Tala on 3 and How Far I'll Go the next turn. So on to pick 4.
Yeah, pick 4. What jumps out to me at first is Sully.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Gyro Evac.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen. I mean, it draws cards, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yep.
And then, only those 3. I think the other ones are more table cards like Ranger Plane, Blue, Ursula, Mad Hatter.
Yeah,
those are all fine on the table.
I also really like the Snow White. It's getting a little expensive at 6 compared to the power level now, compared to set 2 when it came out. But a card that, when it quests, you get to get a character back out of your discard. Still a pretty powerful effect. But I think I landed where I think you're going to land.
Yeah, I'd land on Sully.
And that is exactly where I wound up. I tend to take cards that have been added in this iteration a little bit higher because I want to get those reps in with them and see how they actually play out. And Sully's just ended up being a really good card anyway, so just a bonus.
All right, pack 5. Pick 5, pack 1. We got Genie on the Job, Circle of Life, Jeweled Collar, Get Out, Sapphire Coil, the new Aladdin Floodboard.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Genie on the Job.
Genie's a good pick. I think I agreed with you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the evasive, the 2 quests, the ability to return a character to your opponent's hand, or even, pick up your card that's got a couple cards under it. You have a boosted character, or you have a card in play like a rabbit or a crab where you're going to get some value out of it leaving play as well, Genie can end up doing a lot. Pick 6.
All right. A Whole New World is a powerful card.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how is it that great in Cube? I don't know.
Jafar's in the cube.
Okay.
So you can hope to Jafar wheel.
You can always, just take it as a speculation pick. Evasives are always good, so there's Vincenzo. Fishing pole, potentially, to bounce something good back that has kind of play abilities, which you're going to have a lot of.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I just take a Whole New World just because it's so powerful. And
this is going to be the first pick where we
see if I may or may not play it
where we
at the end.
I ended up on Bruno. I really want this card to be good at, removing damage and getting to play a develop your brain when you remove the damage.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just has a lot of appeal to me. Again, didn't end up making my deck. Jafar actually ended up being opened in a later pack, so I could have Jafar wheeled. And spoiler, I don't think the wheel, or maybe the wheel does come back. People are a little low on it sometimes.
Okay, so right. now we're on the wheel because we're only a 6-person draft, so pick 7. We're on the wheel. And we got some draw cards came back with Smolder and Xanathos.
Mm-hmm.
We also have some item destruction with Mulan. We have this Great Stone Dragon, which I like. I don't think you want any of the shift targets or anything. I'm probably just taking David, I think.
Okay. I took out of order here.
Just have the removal.
I respect just having the Dragonfire's adjacent effects, and especially on an Inkable Dragonfire. I've started to lean a little bit more towards liking, if it's not like a Zeus or a Strength where it's a damage card that's going to get you 4, 5, 6 damage. I really like just the hard removal.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Xanatos is still very good. Being able to give your characters rush and then trade them in for cards as they trade with your opponent's cards is really good. But yeah, I just took the removal one there.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Dig on this one. We talked about it. The first pick as a potential first pick in the pack, so that's what I would take.
Yep, I diverged from you here again as well. I took Wildcat. Starting to, even at this part of pack 1, think about my curve a little bit. We've taken a ton of expensive cards already. I always like having some way to deal with items in my deck.
Yep.
And this just kind of checked the boxes I needed, I think, at that time, of being evasive, taking care of items, and slotting into a good point of my curve. Dig is still really good. I could be convinced pretty easily that that's the right way to go here.
I can see either one.
Looking at some
especially after we passed the Ranger Plane, we passed the Great Stone Dragon. I think there might have been another one that we passed as playable.
The Evac.
Oh yeah, the Evac. Yeah.
There's always going to be some. I mean, Medallion Weights ends up coming around too later, so there's always items you're going to need to deal with.
So now we're coming back, and we got the Never Came Back, which is a good tempo play.
Mm-hmm.
Support Mickey, Stitch, but I think I'm going to lean Buzz here. Just because I've already taken a Whole New World, but you've taken a Get Out, so either way, it's good.
Yep. Yeah, I did go with Buzz here. This was, again, for science. I wanted to try the new card. And another one that unfortunately didn't end up making the deck due to curve and inkability considerations. But I definitely want to get Buzz into a deck at some point, because I ended up with several actions that would have been nice to rebuy.
Yeah, and then on this lap, I'm taking the Evac. I had talked about it on the first go-round. Just being able to give anything evasive. It's pretty powerful. I can see Rewrite History also. That's my two.
Okay, yeah, I took Ursula here. I value tapping, being able to exert your opponent's characters, and not even really considering the playing a song off it, but just being able to exert and trade. I like both of your picks as well. I would have not taken Ranger Plane or Godmother here. Yeah, I've gotten Godmother to work a couple times, and it's such a strong effect, but this card gets overlooked a lot, I think.
And here it's kind of, you're getting to the dregs,
Yep.
Probably I'd probably take an Aladdin, just some filtering if it might fit the curve.
Agree.
And then we're coming down. So the whole new world did table. So okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
But so whole new world in this one. But if my pack it would be fishing pole. If I had already taken
took
it.
the fishing pole. As a being able to replay some characters is nice. Gain a couple lore in the process.
Yeah. Then if I already took that one Floodborn, so let's take the Mulan.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's where I went as well.
Yeah.
Another just way to handle items, and then Pinocchio last pick.
Yeah, that's pretty solid last pick.
All right, so then here's our draft after one pack. We're kind of heavy at 5, but 5 tends to be a really nice sweet spot in the cube. That's where your real power is going to start happening a lot of times, unless you have the Dumbo or the Diablo.
Yeah.
But going into pack 2, we're looking for things low in the curve, considering ink ability.
Yeah, okay. So we got Finders. We got Zeus, or Thunderbolt, not Zeus.
Yep.
What else would we potentially take here? Oh man, is that Lady Tremaine? That's the boost one.
It's the boost one. Have you ever replayed a grab your sword with Lady Tremaine in play? Just 4 to everything in the same turn.
Seems pretty good.
It's real good. It's really good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you're right now we're heavy on 5s. So I'm not sure. I'll probably take the Thunderbolt removal, though Kita is also an option for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd go Thunderbolt.
Yep, I agree. Wanted to seal up some removal.
All right. And then pick 2. I mean, we have to go with a few good friends. There's no other, it's the best card in limited, period.
Yep. I think so. I think, I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, it might be too good.
I drew 4 and 5 cards off this card several times.
Yeah.
I ended up with some 6-cost characters who they sing it outright and they fully reload you. It might be too good, but
yeah.
If we want the most powerful cards, this is definitely the most powerful of cards.
Might be one where you just give everyone one to start the draft. See who draws it.
Right. Yeah, that was an easier pick.
Yeah. Okay, so here we got some King Undisputed, some Hades, Violet Par.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could lap the shift target. Ohana's probably the pick though. I mean, Chief also draws cards, but he's too fragile.
A little conditional.
Yeah.
And
so I go Ohana. Yeah.
I agreed. And after this point, having friends and having Ohana, your card draw package is pretty set at that point.
Yeah. Now you can look for more bodies that are better.
Yep. Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. And the person who took the big violet did wheel the small violet out of the same.
Yeah,
pack.
I mean, in that package, there's so many other picks you can take over that small violet. You're not going to want it unless you have the shift target.
Exactly.
Pick
4.
So we got a Horn King, You're Welcome, the Talisman, Buzz Lightyear, Horseman Strikes, Stella's Moon. But I think I'm going to go with the new card, and that is Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. Because what's better than card draw? Card draw on a body.
Yep.
So let's just keep on going with those.
I did take Flynn and Rapunzel. And I eyed at this point Buzz Lightyear having taken Big Buzz. I kind of had Flynn and Rapunzel and Buzz pulled to the front of the pack. There are better cards than the Buzz, but being able to shift out the 7-drop on turn 5 is nice. Especially if you can use this one to buy back a small action and then use the big one to buy back, any action. But the body and, again, testing new cards is first priority.
All right. Now we have Tramp. He's always a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Radigan, what's he do? He's just a big evasive.
Big evasive.
Yeah, Big Shift Cindy, Scar, Marching Off to Battle, Antonio. Man, this one's kind of middle of the pack. Not sure what to take. I think I'm gonna take a Scar. I like that card a lot. It might just be like a hometown pick. Might not be
Okay.
the right pick, but I've put him in. I've probably put that card in more decks than any other card, trying to make him work.
Nice. I ended up going with Big Cindy here. When you get to the 7 and you can drop, the resist 2, 5/5. There was in my third match in the third game when I was playing for the 3-0, I had a sequence where I was able to use a different character that we haven't seen yet to sing Thunderbolt, and then use the Cinderella to challenge into a character they had just played, and then use another character we haven't seen yet to pull more shenanigans. This card ended up, I think, winning the third game in the third match. So
All right. I mean, yeah, it's pretty powerful.
it does some good things.
All right, pick 6. So this is the last of the new cards.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to think about your curve. We got Maui, but we also have Goliath. I'm not sure you really want Goliath. I feel like Goliath is a card you might have to draft around a little more intentionally.
Yeah, you want your hand to be empty. And have more low drops.
And then Raya and Angel. You don't really have any evasives for the Vixie tempo to work. So
Right.
I'd lean Raya. Being able to untap
Yep.
at least once or twice after playing it is probably pretty solid.
Yeah, I ended up going with Angel here. Didn't end up making my deck. As I looked at the removal I had at the end of the draft, the discarding cards for 2 damage I didn't see the value there. Ryo definitely would have been a better pick to be able to save some characters or get some double challenges in.
All right, then now we got the wheel. All right. We don't have any Elsas. The Tremaine shift is in the pack.
Yep.
But
There's no shift. It's not a shift.
Yeah,
it's
right.
a boost.
Right, it's the boost, yeah.
Yeah. And there was a card missing. There's an extra card missing from this pack. I don't know what happened. Somebody, something happened.
It happens. Yeah. I'm leaning. I'm probably leaning Scrooge right here.
Yep. Scrooge probably one of the more powerful cards in the pack. I took Basil again for curve and for evasive. Just wanting to make sure I don't get beat out by early evasives.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of the same logic as the Wildcat in the last pack. But this Goofy and the Namari from the last pack, the characters that just exert to banish something, often play out a little better than they seem as well. It's just a Dragon Fire on a delay.
Yeah, they trade up pretty well.
Yep.
And then we got pick 8. We don't really need a whole lot of more card draw, I wouldn't think. We have a ton of 5s already. Maybe just the big body Iago. I could see Launchpad hoping to get some Darkwings just as a speculation pick.
Yep.
But I think I'd just take the big body Iago.
Yep. Big evasive, I think was the way to go.
And then on this lap, we got Ursula 2, Hades 4, and then some 7 drops with Basil and Mufasa. I'm probably just going to take the Ursula.
Okay.
Just because don't have much else
Right.
in the early slots we've drafted so far.
True. Yeah, I took the Mufasa here, just as kind of a finisher. Another big evasive with resist. Definitely a case to be made for Ursula because everyone's playing songs.
Yeah. And then, there's just so many big body drops. Like, you could find them.
Definitely.
Something on the cards that are getting tabled. I'm looking for a little more utility most of the time.
Sure.
Yeah, since you took the Buzz, I'm assuming you took the Buzz here. It's probably.
I did.
Yeah, I could see Buzz. I can see any of these cards being taken here. But yeah, Buzz seems like a good choice with what we have so far.
Yep. Yeah, more based on the shift. If I didn't have the big Buzz, I probably would have taken the Talisman or the put that thing back, just to get some tempo or a little bit more card draw.
Yeah, then probably just taking more big evasives here, or maybe test out the Petrify.
I took the Scar.
Okay.
I went with your original pick because I looked at Scar the first time too. I like Scar as a card that you can play as a surprise when they have damaged characters in play. I was surprised to see a table here, so I was pretty happy to pick it up.
And then here I'll probably just take a Vixie and see what happens.
Yep.
And then Scrooge comes back, so we'll take the Scrooge.
Yep. Easy Scrooge.
I like this Maleficent card.
Yeah.
So
Maleficent is solid.
Exerts, right?
Yep.
All right, so the curve's looking okay.
It's getting better. Definitely need some more 2s.
Yeah. You make sure you're not just dead on turn 4.
Yep. Yeah, there's not much for there is not really much of an aggro deck in the cube. It's really meant to be like a mid-range slugfest. No, I don't want people getting run over. I want people really trying to outplay each other.
Yeah.
As part of the design. So you still need 2s though. You need to get on the board on turn 2 because there are 1-drops, and if someone wants to try and just take a bunch of 1s and flood out, you can lose to that.
So now we got pack 3, pick 1. Oh, we have Blue Fairy, evasive 2-drop support. We got a Madam Mim, we got a Cheshire Cat, we got Alice, Red Alert, Tinkerbell. There's a lot of choices here. Big Aladdin. I think I'd take the cat.
Yeah. We take the cat.
Yeah.
Cat is so good. Cat was the other piece of that Cindy turn.
Yeah.
My opponent had the 4/4 support Pluto in play. So I was able to challenge it with the Cinderella. Cindy has resist 2, so it only took the 2 damage. And then I was able to move the 2 damage off Cindy onto the new 3/2 evasive Mushu. It was a solid sequence.
All right, pick 2. We got Medusa, Shere Khan, Red Moon Ritual, Sail. Those are the ones that stick out to me at first.
Yep.
We already have I think I'm taking the Red Moon Ritual. We have so many characters already.
Okay.
And just having it's the fact that it's sing together and kills gets anything.
Yep. I took the Medusa.
Yeah.
The Chupacabra effect, in Magic, the Chupacabra is a creature that comes in and banishes something. And then with the fishing pole, that's a nice fishing pole pickup.
Definitely.
But Red Moon, also very good. Like I said, I'd like that point and click removal.
All right, here we got the new Dash, Lilo, the one that gives everything +2.
Mm-hmm.
We got evasive Pinocchio, Medallion Weights, 5-drop evasive Todd. Yeah, thinking about curve and everything, I think I'm going to take the Medallion Weights.
Okay.
And just because we do have a Pinocchio and we do have an Ursula, so we can get some exerts on and get some card draw for that. All right, you went with the Dash? Try it out.
Dash, trying the new card. It's still a good medium-sized evasive. Will provide some card advantage over a couple of turns. And yeah, trying the new stuff. Got to be a scientist.
Yep. All right, pick 4. We got a Webby, 3 arrows, Rapunzel, the 2-drop support one, Super Goof, Mother Knows Best. This one, Pluto, the new 5-drop Quest for 3/4/4. Yeah, none of these cards are sticking out to me. So I probably am just going to take the Mother Knows Best.
I ended up taking Dash.
Okay,
I had just taken the Dash.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, and I didn't pull it off once, but it was, it's nice to dream.
That's and you do have the Vixie, so like you could potentially, if you get a couple more early evasives, play the Vixie.
Yeah, this was more again curve and, the shift consideration.
All right, now this pack we got a bunch of picks. I think they're all kind of the same middling cards, but they're all got their roles to play. We got Jasmine, the 3/7 evasive on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
the '08 Bodyguard Minnie Mouse, Gaston that draws you a card, Education Elimination, Horseman to banish a character, Hercules, big body, Bodyguard with resist.
That's not the bodyguard. That's a shift resist.
Oh, shift resist.
Yep. Yeah, the other one's a 6/5 with the bodyguard resist.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm probably gonna just take the Horseman. I'd have to like go through my cards just to see the ink, we can build everything, but I just take the Horseman and see where we go from there.
I took a curve pick.
Okay.
Straight up, I had, I think, still just 2 drops at this point. I was starting to get a little worried as we get to like the midway point of pack 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
This was just, a 3-power 2-drop that, might have a little effect on lore. Yeah, just curve. There's better cards, but having drafted a little bit higher end to this point.
Yep. And then the last new pick of pack 3, we got a Darkwing Duck that does a damage, second star on the right, Copper, Woody and Buzz, Louisa, Bibbidi Boppity Boo, Library. Yeah, I'd probably take the Darkwing, I think, here, just to have another early drop. Have a little, that one little damage is, for some reason, is just like annoying and always comes into play.
Yep. Yeah, I went Louisa here. Not new this set, but still a newer card to the cube that I hadn't gotten to play in cube yet. So wanted to try it out. Was hoping to see small Louisa come around. Spoiler, did not.
Oh yeah, we saw it earlier in the pack, didn't we? Yeah.
No, I don't think. Did we?
Was it?
I don't think it was opened in the draft. I didn't see it in the draft at all. I don't think.
All right, now with the first card to wheel. So we still Alice to gives me card draw. Got Aladdin, Anna for some utility. Trying to think what other cards we've taken so far. We've got like Genie on the Job and Medusa. We have some good targets for Madam Mim. So I think I'm going to take Madam Mim, the 2-drop bounce, not the 2-drop challenger one.
Yep. Yeah, I went Alice here. Just trying to get the card draw up.
Yep.
I was a little worried not having many other low drops that if Madam Mim became the 2-drop in my opener, it's just not playable.
Yep.
Definitely value there, but not, I didn't think it fit my build at that time.
Yeah. Here on the table, like I would have took Red Moon the first time, but it's back. So
I took it this time.
I'm assuming you're taking it this time. So for me, the card that I would take would be Fortisphere. Just a little cantrip, some utility, get me to my better cards.
For sure. Yeah, Red Moon was an easy pickup out of that pack.
And then here, it means no worries. What does that one do? That's like
you get 3 characters back, and then your next character costs 2 less.
Oh, and then we got the medallion weights, which I would have took. Maybe I'm just going Pinocchio here for the evasive card draw, actually.
Yep. That's where I went to. I had in my first round, my opponent had maybe like the 3/3 Pegasus in play. And over the course of a couple of turns, they kept trying to put 3 damage on it. And I was able to one turn like Ohana the damage off. Another turn, I did something else to take the damage off. And the game ended.
Yeah. Just protecting Pinocchio.
Yep.
All right, here, I would have took the Mother Knows Best earlier, so I'd probably still go with that one here. I can see Webby also being a pick. Or I'm still here.
Taking Webby. Just hoping to see the 1-drop later. It's a nice one too.
Yep. And then here the Horseman.
Yep.
And then if I don't take the Horseman, I'm probably taking the Bodyguard. Hey.
Yep. Yeah, that was easy Horseman when it tabled.
Yeah. Maybe Basil here, just because discardings could be relevant. You get that last card before they get their card draw card off or something.
Yeah, I think if I had this pick back, I would take the Basil. I took the Mickey Mouse for curve consideration and for card draw, but I already had the 3-drop Basil evasive in my deck.
Oh, yeah.
And this would have been a nice shift on 3/4. That is one I would probably do over.
Then here I'm taking the Anna for the utility.
Yep.
Over the Chernabog. And then last pick, we're getting a Flotsam.
Yep.
All right.
So we still only have 3 2-drops
Yeah.
after 3 packs.
I feel like I would want a couple of 2s and maybe a couple of really good 6s.
Yep.
Maybe an extra 3 or 4.
But at this point, I'm feeling pretty decent about my removal
Mm-hmm.
with Medusa, the Out of Order, the Red Moon Ritual, the Horseman,
And
card
the
draw.
Thunderbolt.
Yep, the bolt with the pick 1 there. The card draw is also pretty locked up at this point. We have the Alice, the Pete. We have the Few Good Friends. We have the Ohana. So all of the kind of bases that you want to make sure are covered at this point going into pack 4. I think it's curve consideration at this point or just any superpower outlier.
Yep. All right, so coming on to pack 4, pick 1. We got Hades looking for a deal. Is the first one that jumps out to me. Madam Mim, the 3-drop rush one also sticks out.
Yep.
Aladdin and Genie sticks out just to try it out because it's been pretty good and constructed for me, and it was okay in one of my sealed decks I had with it. It was like the 3 that stick out the most to me. I think I'd go with Hades.
I took a super lame pick.
2-drop Lilo.
2-drop Lilo.
Yeah.
Just not wanting to get screwed at the end.
Yep.
Just taking the 2-drop support. We touched on it a little bit last week when we were talking about Augustin Madrigal. Support is really good. Lets your characters trade up. Hades, Fox are definitely the picks out of this pack. Aladdin and Genie, for science.
Yep.
But this was just for the curve, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. It's probably the right pick, actually.
I passed this pack to Ethan. Ethan was sitting to my right during the draft, and he looks at the pack. He's like, what did you take? Like, there must have been something so amazing. And I showed him. I was like, I took 2-drop Lilo. He's like, he's just face fell off.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah. If you're like looking at it for potentially, you could potentially maybe table the Tipo also, or you're definitely probably getting either Piercing Attack or Lena for sure on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Peg. So you can definitely shore up the curve a little bit with this pack.
Yeah.
Pick 2.
I cried a tear.
We got Kita 2. We got Woody 3. Junior Witcher Guidebook. Wrong lever, but we haven't seen Pull the Lever.
Right.
We got Demona. We got Panic. The Ariel Singer 5. We have just like 2 songs right now.
Yeah.
So not worth it.
We do have the best 2-drop in the game, pretty much.
The best 2-drop?
Scrooge?
Oh, Kronk. Oh, Scrooge. I didn't even completely overlook Scrooge. Yes, he's definitely the pick.
I didn't do it. I got greedy.
You took the bad 2, and then you took Demona.
I was like, I can't do it again. I can't look at just such raw power and do it.
Yeah. No,
and then after doing this, Ethan sees me past Scrooge and he's like, like, I don't understand what you're doing.
Here we got Isabel Madrigal. We got 2 of them. We got the evasive one that quests for 4 if you don't quest anything else, and the whenever you remove damage
game lore.
Yeah. And then we got Jafar. Like, I'm taking Jafar because I had the wheel. But for your pick, I think probably Mowgli is my guess, is what I would take. There's
this
some
is
other
a pick I would give back.
Absorbing Bloom is a choice.
Yep.
I guess you could also potentially take Arthur with you have a few good come into play characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you went with another generic too.
Yep. I would give this pick back. I think I overlooked Mowgli when I was making these slides, and I was like, how did I take Negaduck over Mowgli?
Yeah.
Like, this was curve consideration, but being able to grab that card with your 2, I'm not really even that worried about the card being able to like trade. Just, getting something on the board on 2. And if it could snag a card, this was not a good pick. I would give this one back in a second for the Mowgli. We do have much more powerful cards in the pack, but again, for the curve, I think Mowgli would have been the pick I should have made.
All right, pick 4. We got some good ones. We got some Grab Your Swords, Slushy, Big Sisu, Dragonfire, Mal Dragon, Smash, Mother Gothel Shift, the 6-drop Emerald one. Whew, yeah, I think I'm just taking Dragonfire, actually.
Yep.
Just because banishing a single character is sometimes pretty good. And it's
Yep.
cheaper. It's cheaper than the first one I would have passed, the Out of Order.
Yep.
So we get pick 5. We got...
My friend across the table opened that pack, and she looks through it, and somehow I end up with Dragonfire in most cube drafts we do. And she said something about it, and I was like, you should take it, because if you don't take it, you know I'm going to take it. And then I played her in the first round because she was directly across from me. And at some point she's like, how many cards do you have in hand? There's like 3 or 4. I was like, and they're all Dragonfire.
The one that jumps at me just immediately is Rabbit.
Yep.
Though I could see maybe a Lilo and Stitch or a Milo, but I think I just take Rabbit.
Yeah, I gave a lot of thought to Lilo and Stitch because I had taken the 2-drop Lilo with pick 1 in this pack, but just too much. The Rabbit is just too good.
And then our last new card of the draft, we got the Bell Shift line, the Bell Shift that moves damage. We got Angela, Brawl, Pongo, Elsa that exerts. I like that Bell a lot. I think I'm just going to take Bell here.
Yep. It's another removal on a body.
Yeah. I really like Pongo too, but I think we have too many actions right now.
Yep.
All right. And then we have the wheels. Yeah. I like Peg.
So this is a pack that we thought that Lena Saberwing or Tipo might have wheeled out of.
Yep.
So I think other people were desperate for 2s also, or just trying to take evasive. So those cards did not come back.
Yeah, that's evasive. Yeah, evasive and both curve considerations. So we got Zeus, Peg, and Stitch. And then, the Aladdin Genie for science.
Yep.
I think I'd take the Stitch.
Okay. Yeah, I ended up going with Peg. This card always seems to overperform. You draw cards, people don't want to attack into it for some reason or challenge into it. It drew several cards and it's inkable.
Yeah, that's reasonable. And then here we got the Ariel, the Kronk, Woody, Kristoff. I don't know if we have enough high end where it's worth it. And Kita for another 2-drop. I think I'd take Kronk just to try it out. Try to filter to get my good cards.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah. And then from the Dragonfire pack, we have more Dragonfire, this time on a body with the Maleficent. We got a fair amount of 2s now. Maybe Lilo's a play, and then Mother Gothel, but they get to choose what they return, so that's probably not the best. I think I just take Maleficent and then probably not play it.
I played it.
Okay. And then more cards coming around. We got Archimedes, Great Illuminary. That card could probably draw you a couple cards before getting banished. The Absorbing Bloom. Yeah, I think I'm leaning Isabella Madrigal, the evasive.
Yep, that's where I went. Yeah, the Absorbing Bloom at this point, I didn't want to have to be paying to draw the cards when I had so much card advantage in other ways.
Yeah.
And I was also starting to worry about inkables at this point as well.
And then here, Elephant or Milo. I'd probably take the Milo.
I ended up taking the Elephant.
Yeah.
Elephant picked up Cat with a couple cards under it a couple times.
No, yeah, that's true.
I don't think it ever picked up a Rabbit, but it was nice to have
Rabbit too. And
Rabbit
we should have had a
Medusa.
Scrooge. So yeah, definitely should have been Elephant.
Yeah.
I've been liking Angela, so I'd probably take Angela.
I took Angela over. It's an overperformer.
And then here, I'd take the Shere Khan just to have another 3-drop.
I took the big evasive so I wouldn't have to play against it.
Oh, that's also consideration. Some D drafting and then the wrong lever. because there was no pull the lever we saw.
Yep.
So this is your final build?
This was my deck. The original deck also had the 2-drop Pinocchio and the 5-drop Flynn and Rapunzel, but I ended up taking those cards out after the second round. The Pinocchio ended up being just too underwhelming. I think I just wanted to have the other two because I only ended up running 4 2s. And the Flynn and Rapunzel, I just found wanting to play the other 5s I had more.
Yeah.
Not that it was bad, but it just kept getting inked in favor of different things. And Demona was inked a surprising amount as well, just because I was usually so up on cards on my opponents.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it to give them the cards when they had just like 1 card and I still had like 3 or 4. I did play it once to exert when I had 3 cards and my opponent got to draw cards, but it was able to clean up a board and get me to a victory. So this is where I ended up.
Yeah, pretty solid. 4 solid removal spells, and then 2 solid draw card actions, and then all the draw card bodies and draw card bodies. You got some utility with the Wildcat to kill items. Kronk do some filtering. Yeah, it seems pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, my first round was against the deck that had Diablo, Beast, and Dumbo. Game 1, I just got housed by evasives that I couldn't keep up with. I think we had a really good game 2, and then game 3, she got kind of screwed on her draws, and I was able to sail. Round 2, I actually got, because there were 6 of us, so I got paired down into someone who had lost the first round, and I rolled pretty easily. And then round 3, I played our teammate Zeke, and Zeke and I have like the best limited games, and it always feels nice to go up against someone who's like qualified for nationals. It always makes me feel good when I get to beat him. And we played a really good game 1. Game 2, he rolled me. He had he went like 1, 2, 3 Tiana legend, or is Tiana legendary a 3 or a 4? She's a 3. The 1/4 the quest for 2 that taxes you for challenging.
Yeah, she costs 3.
Okay, so yeah, he played that on 3, and then turn 4 played the 08 Minnie Mouse. I was like, okay, this game is just over. And we played like one more turn, and I was like, I can't beat this, because to challenge through that Minnie Mouse paying 3 each time,
yeah,
to then challenge into to try and get the Tiana off is just too much. And then game 3, he's actually the one who he had the evasive genie from Fabled, where when it's exerted, your characters get +2.
Mm-hmm.
So I used the elephant to sink Thunderbolt on that, and then challenged Cindy into his Pluto, and then used Cat to take out the 3/2 evasive Mushu.
Pretty good turn.
It was, yeah, we had it. That game went back and forth. It was really, really good. So, yeah, this is where we ended up. A lot of removal, a lot of card draw, and some tight games, and everyone had a blast. It's a shame we used to get boxes for prize support for cube drafts, but you can't really find boxes of product anywhere anymore. So
nope.
We all just played for fun and had a good time.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough room. I was going to make a slide that had the full pool of 48 cards. No, it wasn't 48. It was 56, because we had the 14 card packs, but it just wouldn't fit on a slide. So,
yeah, this is 35, right?
I think this is 37 that we're looking at.
Okay, you went up a couple. All right.
Yeah, we started a little higher than that. It gets so hard to cut cards at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe the 3-drop Mickey Mouse would have been a cut just as as an uninkable.
Because yeah, I mean, you're at 8 uninkables right now. It's a little tight with the 36, 37.
There's 37 cards. So I started with 39 with 1 additional uninkable. I tend to draft very greedily, but I also mulligan very aggressively. I, in almost no circumstances, will keep an uninkable card in my opening hand when I'm playing a deck like this.
Yeah.
And then just make sure I have inkables and cards that I can play, and just kind of trust that the quality of cards is going to win out, in a well-played game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
So that's where we ended up. It was a great night. A 3-0 always feels nice. And hopefully we'll get to do it again soon. We'll get the team out. So,
I'm trying to convince them down here to do it, but it's taking a toll. Slowly, I'll eventually get them.
You got to wear them down.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the Cube Draft. That was our main event for this evening, but we're going to get into our other new regular segment, which is our new sealed pool for duels. And they did us a favor this week. There's only 2 sets, so this should be a little bit quicker than last week. They're giving us 3 of set 12 and 3 of set 13. So set 13, pretty fresh on everyone's mind, and set 12 was a banger as well. So we're not going to see that gradual power creep like we did last week, where, sets 1 through 4 were kind of weak, and then 10 and 11 were where the heat was. These sets are pretty stacked top to bottom.
Did you get to play any of the sealed last week?
I did. I only played 1. I had a 7 and 2. I actually started 5 and 0. Lost a couple and was like, oh no, what's going to happen? And then pulled off the last 2 wins. How about you?
I ended up being able to do 1. I went 5 and 3. My deck was not good. I had, I think, maybe 5 total cards that cost 5 or more, or 6 total cards.
Okay.
It was just like, I had to figure out a way to win with 2 drops.
Sometimes, hey, that's what you got to do.
I was surprised I got to 5 wins.
I thought my deck was pretty buns also, but as we started to play and I had a decent amount of evasives. Let's take a look at this. This deck had Hydra, another often overlooked card in Cube.
The one that redirects damage?
The one that, when it takes damage, you get to deal that to something else.
Yeah.
I had the 5-drop 3/3 Tinkerbell from set 1. I had Pegasus evasive. I had Sven. I had Slushy. If I got out of my way in the opening turns, the deck ended up playing pretty well.
Nice.
I had the Captain Hook's Rapier, which drew... That card is like Absorbing Bloom kind of on steroids, because you get to pay 1 every time you banish something, as opposed to just once per turn.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So with that said, we'll jump in real quick. We've got 1 for set 12 and then 1 for set 13. Some cards to look for, cards to avoid. You want to do yours and I'll do mine, or you want to try and explain each other's logic?
I guess we'll do each other's.
Okay. All right. So this was Jimmy's for set 12.
I went for 1 for each color. Also,
it's funny. You'll see on my slide, I did the exact same thing. Augustine's an include. We talked about support this week. We talked about support last week. The 3/6 for 4 is a great stat line. And then being able to support to have trade up, don't underestimate support cards, any of them really in your pool. Mrs. Incredible is a rare. The versatility of, when you need it as a finisher, when they can't challenge into it, you can make it quest for 2, or if your opponent can't handle evasives, you can, you give it evasive, and sometimes you can get a couple of challenges in, like favorable challenges. Gyro Evac has been such an overperformer. Have you played a Gyro Evac and had to go against the Vincenzo that makes it so your items can't ready?
No, not yet.
Ethan and I played a sealed when the set first came out. And he did that to me. And I was like, oh, you're just going to win now. I thought I was going to be able to handle your evasives, and Vincenzo just locks this out. So Vincenzo actually works pretty well in Cube too, because you can use it on Medallion Weights and Absorbing Bloom and the Gyro Evac. There's quite a few items that exert to get their value.
Yeah.
Queen of Hearts was a card I wasn't sure about, but has turned into a pretty solid player in Limited, where being able to give every card you play after a rush really makes your opponents think about what you're going to play next. You might be able to stall them out with questing with some valuable characters that they wouldn't have necessarily held back, just for fear of what you're going to play next. Merryweather, the big warded body, the 4/5 on 4 is a nice stat line, and they can't, you're going to get the challenges or the quests off with it. It's funny. My steel card include is a a card advantage card also. In limited, one of the most important things you can do, especially in not in queue, but in a more retail limited environment, there's not going to be as many ways to get card advantage and to draw cards. So you're going to want to include nearly anything that says draw a card. So those are some includes. Don't forget your gyro evacs. That was a card I didn't play the first few sealeds and then saw it in play a couple times, and actually once used the second ability to stall an opponent out and win a game. So don't overlook that second line of text either, where you both lose 2 lore. You can actually play into some situations where that might win you a game. For your avoids, the alien is good when you have a ton of toys, or even just like a few other toys are going to be in play, and you have other aliens that you're going to keep getting back. We always try to tell you to avoid playing 1-drops, and this one falls right into that camp. Along with our next one, Audrey Ramirez. You want your rush cards. You want, I think, to be more removal cards. And only being able to rush in for 2, and also being so fragile, being uninkable. It's a miserable top deck in a late game when the bodies have gotten a little bit bigger. You can't ink it to get rid of it. And the 2 points of rush damage aren't really going to do it. Right behind you, 3 ink to just cantrip to draw a card. It's going to be really hard to have a dwarf and a princess in play. And also, if you meet that requirement, then to have another 7 dwarfs card in hand. This card's just asking too much of you to get the real value out of it. When you help, just call is in a similar vein to the just-in-time card that we had on Avoid last week, where you're basically playing a card to play another card. And this one's even conditional. Your opponent has to have more characters than you. And you're only getting a 1 ink advantage unless you sing it. But even at that point, you're still just 2-for-1ing yourself to get a 4-drop into play. There's not a lot of value there. Plunger Crossbow and Gadget Goggles kind of fall into the same category of cards that don't actually put you up cards and cost ink to make work. I think if either of these cards just exerted to get their effect, you might be able to talk me into playing them more. Gadget's Goggles is actually one that's in the cube because I really wanted it to be good, but I think it's going to be coming out in a future update. It just hasn't lived up. And if that card's not living up in cube, where the cards that you're filtering to the top are of a substantially usually higher power level than a retail limited, it's not going to make it in this. How'd I do?
Yeah, basically, exactly. Yeah, the alien was an avoid, but it could be an include. It's so deck dependent, so you need to be aware of it.
Right. I think maybe if you have 6 packs of set 13. Well, I guess there were toys in set 12 also.
Yeah, there's there's toys in both sets.
No, it was just the Incredibles, right? Oh no, there were toys in
set 12 has a bunch of the toys, and the set 13 has a few toys.
Okay. Set 12 is a toy set. Yeah, so if you had 6 packs of set 12, Alien, I think, has a better shot of being included because there's a much higher density of toys. But when you have 312 and 313, it's probably you're never going to hit that threshold to make it really work.
All right, let's see what you got for set 13. All right, for the includes, we got Besties Assemble. Yeah, being able to look at the top 4 to get the best character possible for whatever the board state is fantastic. A Few Good Friends is the best card in cube, so it's definitely the best card in retail limited. Can't beat drawing 5 cards.
Yep.
Rapunzel, yeah, just great tempo. And even there's a couple random, the 2 different Look What You Made Me Do and Mother Gotham, they potentially get played off of discarding, but just the tempo's good enough.
Yep.
Red Moon Ritual, just banish anything and sing together so you can get it down early. Very good. Robin Hood, gives all your Floodborns alert. This one's been overperforming. It's a 4/5. It quests for 2, and being able to deal with any of the evasives, solid. Especially when you can play a flood one before it, and then play the Robin Hood surprise. Yeah.
Yep.
And then card advantage. I'm sorry, absorbing bloom. This one, just every time you banish a character on a turn, you can draw a card. Well, not every time, but once per turn when you banish a character, you can draw a card. Just having any type of card draw is always great. Some of the avoids. We got Kevin. He gets you 3 lore, and then he stops you from drawing cards. Yep. And so you have to be so far ahead for him to be worth it that you're already ahead, so you're probably going to win anyways. We have the laugh canister. I like this card a lot, but it's not very good in limited because they get the ink first. Mm-hmm. And so it ends up putting you behind when you're trying to get ahead, unless potentially you could build a really heavy in deck, but I doubt that would be worth it. And then we have discarded armor. If you discard a card this turn, if you discard a card this turn, you can give resist to something. There's just not enough discard outlets to make it worth it. Like maybe if you had like 5 Kronks, you could give something resist once. And then if I didn't have you, we each draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's just the fact that you both draw cards, you're not getting any advantage off of it. You're probably gonna have
and you spent the card.
Yeah, and you spent the card. So yeah, you're down a card actually. And then to make it even worth it, you have to sing it. So then you're putting something at risk.
Yep.
So it's just not worth it unless you're playing a Kevin deck. If you're going all 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
And then we have one of the worst 1-drops, Abu, because when he quests, he gets banished. So he's just a 1 ink, get 2 lore, and that's it.
Yep.
Not
and
good
he doesn't
enough.
even have a shift.
No. And then we have Carl's House, which I don't even know what it does. Trying to read it sideways.
When you move a character you can move characters from there to another location.
Oh yeah, you have to have a second location.
And then you gain a lore.
Yeah.
So you need a second location for it to do anything.
Yeah, so you're not playing many locations. So you're never going to have to. So pretty solid list of includes and avoids this week. We got a mix of everything.
The cards are a lot better.
Yeah.
In these sets. This was a lot easier to put together, I think, than the ones from sets 1 and 2. A little more polarizing in those sets because they printed some real stinkers actually in the first couple sets.
For sure. Yeah, because like some of the ones on the avoid, like you could potentially play in certain situations versus last week where you could never play them.
Right. Right. And a couple of reciprocal effects here where your opponent's either going to get the advantage you're giving them first, or with, if I didn't have you, actually just giving them an additional card more than you're getting, because you're spending that card first. So your hand's going up 1 and their hand's going up 2. So yeah, every time, and that's a card I see people frequently play on duels. And every time they do, I'm like, sick. Thank you. Thank you so much. And in the Rapunzel slot, I almost put that thing back, but then I was like, well, this is basically that, but with a body. And then I think the bounce effects are a little bit stronger in this, that even when you have stuff like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell that you're seeing in every other draft, or every other sealed, where you can just get some massive blowouts when you send that back to their hand and then challenge things that they thought were going to be safe.
Yeah, I had talked a couple episodes ago about how I've been choosing to draw every single time, but for triple attack, or 6 attack, I've been choosing to play because the tempo loss, like you can just get beat on turn 4 real easily.
Yep. With some of the big shifts.
Yep.
All right. So get out there. Please play some sealed. I think I had to wait like 5 or 6 minutes for a game one of the nights this last week when I was playing. People play sealed. Sealed's amazing. It'll teach you the fundamentals of the game more than you get playing constructed. Constructed teaches you how to learn play lines and how to pilot, decks through what turns out to be kind of like you when you play constructed, you see the same situations over and over again. So you learn how to play through them, and that's what the best constructed players do. But playing limited, you're going to see different board states and different situations in every game you play. And I think it's one of the most fun, best way to get better at actual Lorcana fundamentals.
Yeah, I always compare it to constructed as homework and limited as pop quizzes, and I'd much rather take a pop quiz than do homework.
Yes, definitely. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. Please go over and subscribe to the Team Snuggly Duckling channel. Please like our podcast. Help us get us out there, get our views up. Help us do our thing. Don't forget to leave a comment, and you can win Maleficent and Diablo and Malin Lee.
A foil potato. That's the catch.
A foil potato. That is the real winner of tonight's packs. Don't forget about the potato. Ethan asked me if I was putting the potato in the 6 cards for cards to look out for as a troll. I was like, no, that's not what we're doing. No potatoes. No potatoes. Check out some of the other casts. Jake's Take is the newest podcast in the Snuggly Duckling family. I think he's doing some secret word giveaways as well. They're still putting out Duck Text, the Tavern Talk, Ladies Night. Drop us a line, limitedquackdown@gmail.com. Let us know what you like, what we can improve on. Shoot us some topics that you'd like to see us talk about in future shows. We can only talk about Cube so much before everyone gives up on us. So, help us make the content that you would like to see. Jimmy, any closing thoughts on your end this evening?
I'm just jealous you got the Cube this weekend. That's all.
Oh man, one of the DLCs next year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring my Cube to DLC. There's rumors of Orlando, so
all right. Yeah, I
can try.
We'll find out this weekend.
Is that what it is? Are they announcing next season?
Yeah, at D23. So hopefully there'll be a lot.
Fingers crossed. We will be cubing at DLCs next year, so we definitely have that to look forward to. Well, for Jimmy in New Orleans, I'm Joe, and have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy.